Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market, but first let's go over the traditional markets that I posted some information about that yesterday on my Twitter page, and trying to give them a forewarning that there's probably going to be a nice setup in the traditional financial markets, guys, in my opinion, for either a serious bounce or wait till see what's going to be going on with the traditional financial markets, with the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. I mean, the facts remain. I know everybody thinks this is just going to continue to go down. The Nasdaq has dropped a total of 23%. That's massive, guys. That is really, really massive. And you take a look, there's a good amount of bullish divergence. Do I think that's the bottom? Don't know yet, but it was right through the 200 weekly moving average. That's why I put it on there right at the bottom. Last time I did that was here at the the 2020 crash, right in that area. And if it doesn't get back above that, that's going to be very, very bearish for this. So it remains to be seen what's going to be happening over here. I'm waiting for that move over there, and it's making me go long. Let you guys know that I picked up Solana at 26. So I was okay with that. I was like, okay, Solana's right down there in my territory, lower end. Decided to go ahead. Same thing with the S&P 500. It was right on top of the 200-week moving average, and boom, it went right down to it. And look at that, candle body sucked it right above, back up above it, or equal with it, I should say, right? So everybody's negative. It is as bearish, guys. Look, if you take the time that we're in right now and the bearishness in the market, the sentiment is as bad as it was in 09, 2003, 1987, 1982. Those dates, that's how bad it is right now, guys. So I know it's hard to believe that this stuff is just going to continue to keep going down, down, down. So I'm just looking for opportunities. Where does that leave us with Bitcoin? Let's take a look at Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin. Oh, look at Bitcoin. Oh, I see Bitcoin. It's 18,000 and went down to what? What did it go down to? 18,250. Huh. I'm scratching my head, guys. It was supposed to be a 10K, wasn't it? Yeah, it's $10,000 Bitcoin. Let's see. Where's that candle down? It's not down here. It's up here, right? It's like a joke. Okay, so it's a joke. Here's Bitcoin still holding on to those lows. Still holding on to the lows. After one of the more negative sentiment area and times in the history of the markets. Check the data of the bearishness that we're in right now with the traditional markets, guys. It's just as bad as it was in 2009, 2003, 1987, and 1982. That's how bad it is right now. And you have Bitcoin at 18,400. 18,400, holding up strong. As a matter, that's probably a really good buy right there, or even a leverage long play. Now, here's the other thing is, too, I want to go over some stuff. When I was flying back to Cincinnati, I caught wind some of you guys on my channel are doing leverage trades without stop losses. Look, you can't do that. I mean, if you're doing only $20 or $40 or something, okay, maybe, but you don't want to get in the habit of doing that, okay? Now, if you're buying coins, that's acceptable to me. Like if you're going to buy, like I'm buying Solana at 26, and maybe you don't have to necessarily put a stop in there because, the coins, you just take a look at that and they might go down in price to say 22, and you're like, hey, it's not looking good, and you just sell out of your coins like that. That's a little, especially right now, that's a little bit different. I find that acceptable, especially if your time horizon is maybe 18 months or 24 months or something like that. Hey, I'm just going to accumulate coins. I find that acceptable. Now, if you're doing leverage long or leverage short plays, you want to get in the habit of having your stop loss. That could blow up quick. So I think most of you on this channel realize that. I'm not doing any leverage trades because there hasn't been any opportunity. So what I mean by that, I'll take a look here. Let's go to Phantom. I'll let you guys know. Here's Phantom. It went down in 19 cents. It went down there and broke its low, tested its low. I'm still not too concerned with Phantom yet. But here's the thing with Phantom. Phantom here was a really good long play but going this direction, it was really good going down. Okay, so you could do shorts going down, and now Phantom is like, in my opinion, it's an accumulation area. Phantom's in an accumulation area. You're not really going to make a ton of money going down. It's going to frustrate you on a short. Possibly you could, but it's going to be frustrating. You're going to get a lot more gray hairs, in my opinion. And then you got longs too. So, I mean, your odds are a lot better, in my opinion, that if you get Phantom and you do a long. That's just how I look at it, guys. Looking at the RSI data and everything, and you could say now with Phantom is that it did bust that, right? So here I am on the weekly, okay? And you have bullish divergence. It's setting itself. So you could easily say that this is bullish divergence now. Just like so. And it came back around and busted it. Okay. So I'm okay with that, but it's just not in an area. It's like those guys that were doing XRP on the peak of that third wave and they wanted to do shorts because they're so short happy. We're just really not in the area right now. We're in no man's land. You're not really doing anything up or down. And those guys on Twitter talking about all their freaking money that they're making on their trades. I'm telling you right now, a lot of those guys are getting wrecked too. A lot of those trades are going not good because we're not in that area. We're not in that area. It's very difficult to make in the crypto market right now, up or down with Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's been sideways, guys, for what, 30, 60 days, maybe 70 days or something like that. And like doing things up and down, or some doing it pretty good. Yeah, you could. You got to be really, really, really good in that area to do it up, down, in my opinion. So I'm looking at opportunities, guys. I'm looking at opportunities right now just because of the traditional financial markets, because that's really the crux of the deal right now. Okay. A lot of the other coins actually still look at like Sol Phantasma. It's like I said, here's Solana. I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good with that right there. It came down to 26, 27 area. So I was able to pick up some Solana. Sol Phantasma still holding on to that 22. Drop. Let me take a look at GBTC. And I was expecting GBTC. Let me go out to a daily chart. And I was expecting it to drop. Just like it did. I'm expecting GBTC. As a matter of fact, my target on this is your Bitcoin cheat sheet. That's how I told you guys. BTC is not going to 10,000. It's not. It just isn't. It's got to go up a lot more before it can make that trek down there. That's what makes sense to me based off this data, the RSI data, and all the other signals with Bitcoin, guys. That's why Bitcoin is hanging on to those areas right now. Okay, it's hanging on to those areas because it's either Bitcoin's plan. I don't know what the plan is. The plan is for Bitcoin, he's going to go up and then go back down, or it's done and it's going to just start working on its another bullish move, if you will. Okay. So here's GBTC, right? It's in this, what's called an ending diagonal. 1, and it's the 2. Here's the 3. Here's the 4, and there's the 5. Okay, like so. It's in this diagonal move. And I'll put these on here for you. I'll show you just to break this down for you guys. Okay. You see, here's a 1, 2, here's a 3, and it's coming down into this 5th wave. Now, the 5th wave, it needs to be a little bit longer than that 3rd wave. Okay. So you want to see it. So I'm going to take the length of this 3rd wave, more or less. Just let's go right there and put it up just like so. Okay. So GBTC target is probably about $10.60 or 55 cents, and it almost hit it. Okay, it almost hit it. Now, is it required to go down there? Not necessarily. It's not required. It's not required to really do anything, but it can be done, or it needs to go a little bit more and go down to those areas and start finishing that up. Okay, so I mean, at the end of the day, GBTC is in a. This is bullish. Once this breaks, it gets down here. And it gets outside of this, it's going up. It's going up, just like Elrond did. Elrond did the same thing. It came right down like this thing, busted out, and it went up. It went up. And it's probably finished off that sequence, okay? I know it's very, very hard to believe something like that's going to happen with GBTC. And in effect, it's going to happen with Bitcoin and go down and start breaking up. And it's very difficult to believe that at this point right now with everything that's going on in the markets. But I'm telling you, I'm going to go off this chart. I'm not going to go off what the meeting's saying. I'm going off this chart, okay? I'm doing this chart right here. I see it down here, I'll be like, okay, yeah, if I was doing this right here, let's start loading up in this area, right down in here, and boom, it's gonna pop right out of there. Okay. At some point. Might take a little bit of time, but it's gonna do it. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.